Jenny here from Callie Jenny's Crafty Stitching. Today is very exciting because this is my monthly Flosstube, which is my favorite video, I think, to do and to see others do. Today, as I am filming, hopefully I'm going to be able to do this in one shot. I'm not sure. I might have to do this over 2 days. I said that last time. I made it all in one. I hope I'm going to this time, but we got a lot to go over. As I am filming, today is Wednesday, November 3rd. It is, of course, 4:45 in the morning. And like I said, we do have a lot to go over. Sorry, I got the kittens already wanting to mess with all my stuff because I am surrounded by stuff here. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on them on top of everything else. All right, so we're going to go over everything that I worked on or got in the month of November. Did I say this was November 3rd? It is December 3rd. Goodness. Oh my gosh. All right, it is December 3rd. If that's not what I said, it is December 3rd. We're going to go over everything that I worked on in the month of November, as well as the little bit of haul that I got and my plans for December. Trying to figure out what she's doing over here besides being a problem. One moment. Okay. All right. So we do have in this one, we are going to, I should say right here, that I am going to be putting timestamps. So you can, if you don't want to see everything, you can skip to the parts that you do want to see. So that'll make it as easy for you as possible. We do have 8 counted whips that I worked on during the month of November. And I think 5 of the stamped cross stitch. I think we're going to go ahead and start with the stamp this time. That way I can get these frames out of the way because the cats, like I said, these kittens, they're all about these frames. We're going to go over our YouTube winner for the Christmas giveaway. We're going to do a comment picker. Hopefully we can get that comment picker to work this morning, and we're going to do that as well. Then I also need, probably tomorrow, I will probably do a little video for my Facebook giveaway. All right, a lot to go over. I also going to kind of go over a couple of things that I have planned for 2026. But let us go ahead and get started. I'm going to take a drink of my coffee. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and start, I think, with the counted, so I can get these cats out of the way, out of my stuff, at least for this stuff. Okay, so one of my favorite stamped cross stitches that I'm working on right now. I love them all though, so I'm probably gonna say that a lot. Raise your hand if that is you too. I love all my whips. That's why I got them. But this one is Fall Kitty. That is what this one looks like. So adorable. I love this. Love this. And I will try to remember to insert pictures for all the whips. If I have pictures from previous, I will try to remember to put those in. But this first one is Fall Kitty. Now with these stamped ones, I have no way of knowing the number of stitches that I put into it. Okay, so Fall Kitty, you have to ignore I have a lot of hanging threads because this one is always a work in progress. But this is Fall Kitty. This is the kitty, of course, coming in here with his little feetsies. So adorable. And then this big flower that she's sitting in. And I know it can be hard to tell what's been done just because of all the colors in this canvas. This is an older Wattabiz canvas. This is in 14 count. Let's see, turn it to the back here. The Wattabiz canvases have completely changed since this one. Like I said, this one I got over a year ago in my first auction win. So this is, they've completely changed since this one. But I still love this one. This one's easy to work on. Look at my little dragon needle minder, also from Wattabiz. I adore it. Okay, so that is our first one here for our stamped. Okay, I'll just kind of try to put this stuff over here. I literally have stacks all around me. Okay, and then what do we have up here next? This one. Okay. Hope everybody is having an awesome day as you are watching this. And I don't even think I said it. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming by to hang out with me again today and check out all that I've been up to over the last month as far as what I got into my stitchy biz. All right, so this next one, here comes Starfire. She's going to bomb us. I know she is. This one, Underwater World from Painting Fairy. I believe this one is also in 14 count. And I know one of you, and I'm going to try to remember to put the name up on the screen because it's early in the morning and I'm just now starting cup of coffee number 2. And names are escaping me. But I know one of you just got this. You've already gotten more done than I have. Sorry for everything shaking. That was Starfire. You probably saw her fly by. But she's right here. She's going to get in the way. So anyway, I'm so excited to know that one of you went and got this and you're going to be stitching with me. You're already ahead of me. You've already gotten more done. And I absolutely love it. Okay, there's going to be a lot of editing on this video because these cats are on a tear today. All right, so where we got with this one, we haven't gotten really far. I've only stitched on these during the stitch alongs. And I don't know why this one keeps falling out. So I've only worked on these during the stitch alongs. So of course I don't have a whole lot done. See how close I can get this between all the stuff I have up here in the light. But that is what I've gotten done so far. All together, I don't know what I did over the last month. Obviously not a whole lot. Because all together, there's probably there's probably about 500 stitches there all together. But that is all I've gotten done on Underwater World. I wish I had more time, which I always say, to get more stitching done. And I have a lot of whips that I am working on. So that does not help. All right, let me put this away. I just want to get all these done so I can go ahead and put them back in the closet so it's one less thing I have to watch. And I don't know why, but this one frame, only the one frame came with this type of little thing to hold the, see, she's already over here. Came with this little thing to hold the frame. None of the others came with this one, and there's 4 of them, of course, and for whatever reason, this one's always falling out. Okay, must be, it's probably the way I got the tension. I'm sure it's me. All right, so then we have our giant one. Still having problems with this shoulder, so it's a little hard for me to lift these up, but we will get there. And she's gonna come back over here again, so I apologize. See, there she goes again. It's so rude, so rude. Look at her. All right, so this one is the Blooming Lilies. Here it says Floral Lily, but on the website it says Blooming Lily. It is absolutely gorgeous, though. It's also absolutely massive. Beautiful, beautiful. I know I won't have another one to show you, or I won't have a picture to show you of this one because I just started this one. Literally just started it last Friday, so the second stitch and chat for this one actually will come out tomorrow. For you, you will have already seen it. All right, let's see, where are we? See, they were messing with my threads over here. That's why I'm trying to get this done so I can put this away. I don't even know how well you're going to be able to see this. All I've gotten done is in this little corner right here. All of those are blends. This one has a whole lot of blends and a whole lot of colors. There's, I think, 143 separate colors for this one. It is going to be massive. It is huge. I mean, I don't even know if you can tell the size of this frame. And it's way longer than it is wide. Way. But that is Blooming Lily. Again, we just started that one, but she is already beautiful. All right, give me one moment. I'm going to put these big frames away so I don't have to keep them from chewing my thread. So 1 second. Okay, so I got at least the frames put away. So hopefully I won't have to worry about that at least. All right, so another one that I worked on. Now this one I think I only worked on 1 or 2 weeks in November. And only on the Friday, this is the Swan Lake Cottage that I got from New Craft Day. I have to get another frame to put this one back in so I can continue stitching on this one as well. Once I have that frame, I will do that. But this is Swan Lake Cottage. And I apologize for any glare. Of course, got all the lights out this morning so we can see. This one is an absolute beauty. But it's also, it is also a very confetti heavy, at least so far it has been. Pull this out here. I have it folded up at the moment while I wait on getting another frame. So let me undo it here. So we can take a look at where we're at. And again, you're going to see a whole lot of threads because this is the one that I was trying to do the parking method on. And now I have a whole lot of threads that I need to work out. Problem was there were so many symbols that there was only like one of these, two of those, three of those, one of those. So it was a challenge. And this is what we've gotten done on this one. It's probably about 1, 2, 3, 4. It's around 500-600 stitches. And again, only stitching on this during the stitch and chat. At least I have been so far. But I am going to get another frame, and then I will continue with this one. I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze in 4 stitch-alongs a week, but we'll see. All right, then that leaves only one more of the stamped cross-stitch kits. And this one is the one that I got from 5 Stitch. They were known as 1-2-1 Stitch, so you are going to see that on here. But due to some domain conflict or something, they switched it up to 5 Stitch, and they're in the process of changing all that over. This one is 14 count, 127 by 136 stitches. And this is the Stardew Valley Junimo's 4 Seasons in frame. Now, this one doesn't say, at least on here, who, oh yeah, it does. Designed by Liz, or LZ, is the designer. That is the one thing about 5 Stitch, is they do work with the designers, so the designers are compensated. And that is what it looks like. You may remember it from an unboxing I did. If you are new, you can definitely go check out that playlist. And I do have unboxings as well, and this is one of them there. And because it's fall, I did start on this one. Now keep in mind, it's technically still fall until like December 20th, 21st. I think it's just 20th it turns to winter. So I'm going to be continuing on. I will probably continue with this through the month of December, but let me put this back in here. Let's put just kind of a sneak peek of my December plans. What I wanted to do was finish each section in its season. However, fall had already had a good start going before I started this one, so I'm doubting I'm going to get this done before the end, but I have made good progress. And another thing I hadn't realized is I actually counted the squares on these, because you know it's 100 stitches per square. But each one of these season pictures is about 3,000, maybe a little more than 3,000 stitches. So I did not realize that. But anyway, this is where I got. I was kind of doing color by color. And then I started out with that frame, but you can already see the beautiful purple night sky with the trees. Sorry. All right. Sorry, everyone. But anyway, this is where I got with this one. I actually got a good bit done. I'm not even sure if I were to count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Wow. I probably got 1,200 stitches in there, believe it or not. So that's what I've gotten done on that one. I love it. I love these colors coming here. I love the colors of these trees. So I'm definitely going to continue working on that at least through, keep our fingers crossed, you know, it could happen. I might be able to get done in the month of December. And you know what? It's possible I could stitch after that. I'm not really held up by the seasons, though I do find myself more in the mood during the season. All right. I have such a mess here. And I don't think I'm going to get through everything in one go. All right, so that was all of the stamped. Like I said, we do have more counted than we do stamped. So let me get my book, my tablet out here. She's going to come over here again. I'm hoping at some point she's going to give up. So far, no luck. All right, let us see here. Let me get over here, open up my we're going to start with the Merry Mushroom Village Picnic so I can put that one away as well. Now, the first part of the month I did, well, as you know, we went on our cruise for the first week of November. So that basically made November a week short for working on my WIPs. Because I did take a couple with me on the cruise, but I did not get time really to do much on it, what I did take. And again, I mentioned before, the awkward way that I have to hold this one for Merry Mushroom Village Picnic always makes my shoulder ache. So I think I only got around 700-800 stitches done this month on Merry Mushroom Village Picnic. And I don't know if I'm going to work on it in the month of December. I'm not putting it into my plans, just so you know. I think I'm probably going to take a break from this one, even though I'm so close to finishing that first page. All right, so Merry Mushroom Village Picnic. Let me get my, where'd I put it? 1 second while I find it here. And I will try to edit out as much of the mess as possible so you're not having to put up with all that. But here, that is what the Merry Mushroom Village Picnic, of course, is going to look like. This is by Heaven and Earth Designs, charted it. The artwork is by Amy Stewart. I absolutely love Amy Stewart. So many of her things there I would love to stitch. But as it is, this one's going to take what lifetime I have left. As you can see, this one's 750 by 535 stitches. This one is massive, and it was going to be massive in 25 count. I tried that twice. Many of you know this story already. I wound up restarting it for a third time in 18 count. So it's going to be even larger. It does have 90 colors, and I am stitching it 2/1 full cross. Right, and let me see if, I started the month out, what did I do with it? I was at 6,638 stitches. And when I started the month, I ended up with 7,319. So that's, I'll try to remember to put the number up on the screen, but it's definitely over 700 stitches. I am now at 1.82%. And this also is going to have some hanging threads. It's a story of my life. Move my coffee out of the way. And this is where we are at. As you can see, this is the bottom of that first page. This is a full page, not a partial. And all we have left of it is this right here. And I don't know. I may wind up picking this back up during December. We'll just have to see. But I just love all these colorings. And I know coming in, I think here we're going to start getting, soon we're going to be getting to a mushroom. So I'm very excited about that. And I'll try to remember, hopefully I will have inserted a picture of where we were at last time. But I don't know. When I see this and I see how close I am to finishing this page, I just really want to pull it out. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to go put this back away. One moment. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I'm going to be finishing this today, so there's going to be 2 parts probably to this video, but let's at least try to get through the stamped stuff. All right. Okay, so next one we're going to take a look at is my Springtime Bloom. That is the one that is going to look like this. This one is being stitched on 25 count even weave by Fabric Flare in the color Pale Gray Gingham. This was my first time stitching on even weave. I was so scared, and I found out I absolutely loved it, especially in the 25 count. I think that's my sweet spot. I really, really love it. Okay, and I'm going to pop in a picture of where I was at last time. And you just saw what it'll look like if it ever gets finished. I don't know what it is about this one. I think all the other ones I had finished within the 3 months of getting them, because this is the Stitch Quarterly. So it does come out quarterly. In fact, there will be one coming out for December. And I was really good at finishing them before the next one came out or right after. This one, I don't know, maybe it's just this year. It has not happened. So what did I do with my board that the lovely Katy Perry made for me? Or Katy Petty, I'm so sorry, Katy Perry, right? Yeah, Katy Perry makes stuff for me all the time. Not. Sorry, Katy. Again, it's early in the morning. Please forgive me. You know I love you, girl. All right, she made this beautiful board for me to use to help show you my stuff. All right. And this is where we are at now. And what I got is it upside down. That's what I got. I don't even know what's going on with me today. Jeez, that's just a hot mess. All right, there we go. That is how it should look. It's all wrinkly, and I don't even put this in like a Q-snap or hoop or anything. I just stitched this one in hand, and it's still all wrinkly. But the part that I got done was this. I think I had the stem, one leaf, and maybe even the very, very, very bottom of this flower, but I finished all that. Finished the flower and the stem here. You know what? I'm pointing to the wrong side. It's over here. Oh my gosh, I'm a hot mess today. All right, it was this one. Same thing though, but on this side. And I think I already had this one done, I think. I know I worked on this. So slowly but surely we're getting there. I think we have a couple more flowers and another 2 or 3 more flowers, and then another vine, and then of course the same thing on the other side. And that is where we are at with that one. And again, I can't count the stitches on that because I'm using a paper chart for this that came with the Stitch Quarterly. And I don't mind using paper charts. I do love having the PDF in my Markup RXP because it gives me all the stats, and that's always fun to have. But I don't mind the paper chart at all. Okay, so that is that one. Just going to pop that over here because some of these I just keep by my chair in case I want to work on. And she's already looking over here like she was going to jump over here again. Okay, so let's do this one next. This one is, let me pull it up here because this is another one I do have in my Markup RXP. Let's see. A Misfit Forest Fowl. A Misfit Forest Fall from the Cozy DH on Etsy. And this is what this one is going to look like when it's done. The cell has been, it is over, all the parts are out now. So that is what you're seeing. That is everything. That is what it will look like. And again, I will insert a picture here of what it looked like before I started this month. I did wind up putting this in a little Q-snap just because I feel like my stitches are neater when it's in something. Take a drink of my coffee here. I'm just quickly running out of time. All right. So this is where we are at now. Just kind of get this up out of the way. So what I did was I did this little guy here. I think I might have finished a couple of little things. Can't remember if that was in there last time or not. But I know I did this little guy right here. So that is where we are. And it says, let's see, we are at 31.38%. I have done a total now of 2,531 stitches. All right, so 31.38%, total of 2,531 stitches have been stitched so far. And I started out the month at 2,040, so just shy of 500 stitches that I got into this one. And that's, I'm pretty sure that was just, yeah, just this guy here. But look at that. It is so cute. And what am I stitching this one? I know I'm doing stitching 2/2. And this is from, the fabric is from Bestitch Me. It is 14 count through the stones. This was my October fabric of the month last year. All right, so that is the Misfit Forest Fall. That is where we were at on that one. Okay, let me put that away. Okay, and again, put that over here. All right, what do we want to do next? I think we will do this one. Let me pull that one up too. A lot of these I do have in my markup RXP. All right, this one is the Mermaid Realm. And that one is going to look like this. I know many of you have seen this already, but that is what it's going to look like when she's done. It is beautiful. This is by Joan Elliott, and I love Joan Elliott's works. So many of them. Let's see, I started this month with this one at 2,490, and I am now at 2,795. I think that was what, about 350 stitches, something like that. I am at 11.66%. And again, I will have inserted a picture, hopefully, of where we are at, or where I was at, rather. Let me put this behind you so you don't see through. This is where we are at now. I basically worked on this part right here. I'm just working my way up. Excuse me. I think I'm trying to come down with something. But yeah, I'm just kind of slowly working my way up. This one is a really easy stitch because it's all being done in 310. I was actually going to pick a colorful floss for doing this. However, when I found this fabric, which I got from, you know what did I do with my beautiful bag that I got from Lumi Stitch? And I got this from this fabric is from Witch's Garden Crafts. It is in 16 count, and it is called in the color Mermaid Pool, which was like perfect for the Mermaid Realm. And it really, really is perfect. So perfect that I decided to go ahead and keep it in the black as it was intended, because it's just perfect with this color of this beautiful fabric. So that is where we are at with Mermaid Realm. Just continue to work away at it. Okay. Move this one out of the way here. Right. And then what do we want to do next? Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. I do have my list here. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. Okay. All right, before I show you the next couple of counted whips that I worked on, I want to show you my finish. Yes, it's technically like a start and a finish. I had put a few stitches into it before just to try this out, but that was it. And I picked it up in the month of November and actually stitched it. So this is Home Tweet Home. Artist Katie Rogers. This is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Just a cute little stitch, but I loved it and it was adorable. Now I'm sure that would have been perfect for springtime, but I really wanted to stitch it now. That is so cute. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? Obviously I won't have a picture to insert because I just did this one. This one is being stitched on 28 count Clay Barn gray linen. And that was why I wanted to try it out back when shortly after I first got it, I think just did a few stitches. Wanted to see if I was going to be able to work with the linen. Wasn't a huge fan at the very beginning. By the time I was done, I really was enjoying it. So sometimes you just have to push through and try things, give it a little bit of fair time. And you find out that you like it after all. All right, this one is really tiny. But this is what this one looks like. Now it's a finish. It is not a FFO. I still have to figure out what I want to do with it. But that is the finish. Isn't it adorable? And I do want to point out that I finally, Natalia over at Lovecraft Forever, if you're listening, I finally did the French knots for the little eyeballs. I did. Look it. I actually did it. Woo! I did stitch this 2/2. And isn't that adorable? And I have to say, the one night I went to do the first eyeball on the first birdie, that French knot worked perfectly. First try. I could not even believe it. I was so excited. I just wanted to start doing French knots. But then the other two, I had more trouble with. So, I don't know. It's just going to take practice. But I did get them done, as you can see. That is adorable. That is my finish for the month of November. So I did get one again. So that's 3 months in a row I got a finish. Woo! So exciting. All right. Now the next two are going to be Christmas starts. I'm going to take a drink of my coffee. Okay, so let me pull this one up. Okay. I have so many patterns now in my markup RXP that it takes me a bit to find stuff. Okay, so this is small Christmas sampler. This is from the Modern Folk Embroidery. I think this is my first stitch of theirs that I am going to be working on. That is what it looks like. And that's what it's called, Small Christmas Sampler. I did not choose to do it in that red color though. I do like the color I chose. I do have it in, this is another bag that I got from Lumi Stitch. I love this bag. Again, thank you, Jessica. Anyway, love this bag. It's what I'm going to keep this one in. Now, what I am stitching this one on is, I'm really branching out here, my friends. This is being stitched on 32 count Belfast linen. I am stitching it 2/2. It is in the color Verdant Earth. It was one of my Fabric of the Months from Forbidden Fiber Co. This is the color of the floss I chose for it instead of the red. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful, put it on here. I think this is a beautiful Christmas green. Hopefully it's picking up in this funny morning light. But yeah, let's take a look at what I've gotten done so far, which is not much. I barely got a start on it. And that, I believe, is as wide as it's going to be. That is the width of it. That's what I got done, which is, whoo, boy, that was like a 97 stitches. I am at 1.3%. That is all I got done. I'll definitely be pulling both these Christmas ones out though in December, hopefully a lot. But again, this is on 32 count Belfast linen. I love this fabric. And that is what it looks like. Again, that's 2/2. All right, let me roll that back up. And I think we only have one more, and then I am going to have to come back tomorrow morning to finish this off, so you will see me in a different outfit. This is going to be part 1 and part 2. All right, so that is that one. All right, but we are going to get through our counted on this. All right, so the next one, let me pull it up on my markup RXP here. I feel like this one's a hot mess. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, so this one is by Shannon Christine Designs. Went on that Shannon Christine Designs website, and I actually picked up 3 different designs. Absolutely love them. I love her artwork. Tanya over at Multiple Lanes Creative Brain did her floss tube and was showing a Shannon Christie design that she's working on, and I just loved it so much that I had to go over there and take a look, and 3 patterns later, here we are. All right, so this one that I decided to go ahead and start for the month of December is called Red Knit Mug, and look at that. That is beautiful. I absolutely adore this. Obviously, I don't have a picture to put up because I just started it, but I love this. It's so beautiful. The colors in that are so vibrant. Now, I have only gotten 276 stitches in. I am at 11.04%. I'll show you where I'm at. Let's see, what am I stitching this one on? This one I am stitching on 28 count Lugana in the color Hazelwood, also from Forbidden Fiber Co., one of my monthly subscriptions, and this is where we are at. That is what I've gotten done. That is 276 stitches. But as you can see, we got a good start on the little gingerbread house. This is the bottom of it right here. So it was a bit challenging on this 28 count Lugana in the beginning. I did get myself a magnifier. I'll show you guys in the haul portion of this video coming up. But yeah, that's what I've gotten done so far. I love the colors already. I don't know if you can tell, but there's already 3 different colors in that, just in this gingerbread portion right here. 3 different colors in there. But yeah, that is all of my counted. So that's everything that I worked on in the month of November. All right, everybody. I do still have some exciting stuff coming up with my haul and my plans that I'm very excited. Can't wait to share. But unfortunately, it is going to have to wait until I'm going to have to come back. So for you, it will be just a moment. For me, it will be tomorrow. All right. See you in a minute. Okay, and I am back. For you, it was just a second, and for me, it's the next day. As you can see, looking different. All right, so all we have left is I'm going to go over my stash and what I plan on doing for the month of December, as well as a sneak peek into next year. All right, so, but before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and do the comment picker for our Christmas giveaway winner. So give me one moment while I get that loaded. I just wanted to grab really quick so I could remind you guys what this giveaway was for. This one was going to include this kit from Joy Sunday. Is this the... All right, just want to make sure that was in there. Okay, yeah. So just wanted to make sure this one, which I believe was from Zhao Bai, and this one, which I think was Guangzhou. But yeah, that's the winner is going to receive all 3 of those kits. So let us go ahead and see. I did put in this app. It is a random comment picker. I did choose that floss tube. And when you click on advanced options, I don't know if you can see it, but it does show the word kindness, because that was the word that I gave you. And hopefully this is going to work. Right. Now, hold on a moment. Okay, it did work. I just had to tell them I wasn't interested in their thing. But this was the winner right here. It is Veronica Malazewski 452. She said the greatest kindness that you can show is to respect one another. Your work is fantastic. Congratulations, Veronica. Again, you are the winner of those 3 kits. Do make sure that you DM me with your information on where you would like your kits mailed to. I'm not sure how quick I'm going to be able to get over there to mail them. I would say probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks max, but I will notify you once they're mailed. Possibly sooner. Just depends on how fast I can get over there. But yeah, congratulations again, Veronica. So sorry for everybody else who did not win. There's going to be more giveaways. In fact, I might do a little sneak peek about that as well. If I do not hear from you, Veronica, by the time I do my next floss tube, because sometimes that happens, unfortunately, then I will do the comment picker again and pick another winner. But as for now, thank you so much, everybody, for participating. Congratulations again, Veronica. Make sure you send me a message, or my email is in the description box below all my videos. You can email me where you would like that sent. All right, congratulations again. Okay, so I think we'll do the haul, and then we're going to go over the plans. All right, so one of the things that I did pick myself up, because as you saw, I am doing smaller kits, you know, that for the counted, like that one for the small Christmas sampler from Modern Folk Embroidery. That one I am doing on 32 count linen, which I can almost actually see it better than the 28 count even weave, so that's kind of funny. But just to help me out, I did pick up this kit. It has a magnifier and a light on it. So it does have 4 different size lenses, and this folds down, and I'm dropping stuff. And now my hair's everywhere. All right, so basically this drops down too, and you just put it on like that. And if you want to, there's a light somewhere here. I've only used it one time so far. Oh, and I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, there's a light. I think there's actually two different levels, yeah, of brightness. But, and then they have this case full of even thicker lenses. So I'm actually lucky, and the very first one works well for me. So that means I should be able to use this for a long time as my eyes deteriorate. The last one is probably 1/2 inch thick, but it charges. And it has a little band if you would prefer to have this band around your head. But I wore it for a little while when stitching, and it did not bother me. So I'm very happy with that purchase for sure. Let me see if I can get this back in here now. Spring, I had it in there. I don't know why it's not wanting to. There we go. Okay. Anyway, and then it comes in this nice little case to hold it all in. It's called Vision Aid. I just got this off, I believe it was off of Amazon. It was pretty inexpensive. But that will help a lot on, I don't know about you, but sometimes I have, some days seem to be more of a struggle for my vision and my eyes wanting to blur more. So that is going to be extremely helpful. Okay. Let us go ahead and do our fabrics of the month. This one is Forbidden Fiber Co. It is in 28 count Lugana. I really need to switch that. I think right now I'm trying to decide. I think I might actually prefer linen to even weave. I'm not sure. I think on even weave I really prefer it like at 25 count. So I might see if that's an option, but it's in the color Light Drizzle. That is the color of it. What did I do with my board? I think I put it away. All right, the beautiful board that our friend Katie Petty made for me. I love you, girl. I put it away though. Anyway, this is the color. I don't know how well it's going to pick up in this morning light, but of course that's half of it. I'm not going to unfold the whole thing, but very nice. The fabric feels very, very nice. So love that. Okay. I'll put that back in after the video because it always takes me time to get that back in the bag. And then from my subscription from Hand Dyed Fabrics. Now, I have to say, I have put this one on pause, the one from Forbidden Fiber Co. Only because it's a great company, great brand. I love them. I get all kinds of stuff. You're about to see something else I got. But my favorite is Be Stitch Me because offer more sizes, more options, and a lot of the options in the opal, which is these sparkly fabrics. Yes, I love the sparkly fabrics, you know, I do. So instead of getting one from each of them, I've got 2 subscriptions going with Be Stitch Me. So sorry, Forbidden Fiber Co. I absolutely love you. I love your stuff. Hopefully one day you'll get more options. So this is my November fabric of the month from Be Stitch Me. It is in the color Rustling Leaves, and I got it in 25 count opal Lugana. So the 25 count, which I do like better, so that's great. And Starfire, I think, is going to bug us. Hold on one second. Okay, good morning. Okay, good morning. Good morning, my friends. It's your co-host, Starfire, coming to you bright and early in the morning. All right, go play. All right. Okay, back to where we were. Okay, again, Rustling Leaves, 25 count opal Lugana. And that is the color for the month. And hopefully it picks up the sparkles. I think depending on how I make that lighting. So sometimes I'll see it, but it won't show up in the video. But is this pretty or what? They fold theirs differently. It is the same size. This would definitely require the right project, but it is absolutely beautiful. So that is, I always get so excited when these are coming, let me tell you. So there will be 2 coming from Be Stitch Me. But what I did was, one is going to be, because this is my color subscriptions, which means that I can expect it to have, you know, to be colorful. The second subscription that I got through them is for neutrals. So both will be represented. Okay, and this one's also easy, way easier to get back in the bag. All right, so absolutely love them. Okay, and a couple of more exciting haul things. So I loved the Narnia stories, and Forbidden Fiber Co., they're really great at putting out mystery kits, and they did one that was based off the Narnia stories. This is what the bag looks like. I thought I'd gotten the small bag, but apparently I got the large one. Look at how wide this thing opens. It's huge. And it says, to defeat the darkness out there, you must defeat the darkness inside yourself with the little lamppost. And if you know, you know. If you're a Narnia fan, you know. And then look, it's got the little snowflake here. I just love that. That is, of course, this looks like a wintry day sort of pattern, which is perfect. And then what came with it, we got our pattern called Always Winter. That is the pattern. I think that was the pattern. I guess let me pull this out and make sure. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's called Always Winter. That is the pattern. It does come with the required floss that you will need. Let me put that here. And that is the floss. I'll pull it out really quick for all of these who you would like to see. This is going to be the floss for it. And let's see, what did I do? We got our fabric, which is in, I got it in 28 count Lugana, so be a little bit of a struggle for this one, but not with those glasses, it won't. 28 count Lugana in the color Casablanca. I'm not going to take it out. It's a basic wintry blue, which will be good for this particular project. And just so you can see the floss up against it, that's going to turn out nicely, I think. And then it also came with this needle minder, which is the lion, which is perfect. Perfect. And again, if you know, you know, if you know the story. All right. So that was everything I got in this mystery kit. So very, very excited about this one as well. I'm gonna love this. I'll have to find a perfect frame for it because I can guarantee you as soon as that one is done, that one's gonna be going on the wall. All right, I'm not gonna try to shove all that back in there right now and waste your time. So let me put it back away in the bag here. Okay, and then one more thing, and for me, this is kind of like a nod to Fancy Ladies, which will be my first foray. All right, so I got this from Pull Stitch Designs. They are on Etsy, but they also have a website. I like to get things as a kit, so I don't have to, when possible anyway, so I don't have to go and try to collect all the things that I need for it. And Pull Stitch Designs does offer, you can get it as a kit. You just have to reach out to them on their website, not on Etsy. I did on Etsy, and they responded very quickly to let me know that I needed to do it on the website. But this is what I got. It's called Moonflower Fairy from Pull Stitch Designs. Isn't she pretty? Look at that. She is beautiful. Look at all the different like patterns in her dress. I love that. And then her wings and the little flowers up above her head. It is gorgeous. I think I did a short video on this, but for anyone who did not see that, let me just show you really quick. I really need to get a step on though. I'm so sorry everybody, this one's gonna be so long. I just have so much going on. I still gotta do my plans. I got the fabric in 28 count Brittany Lugana in the color Bluebird from Pull Stitches. And that is what the fabric looks like. Very pretty. And maybe this Brittany, I don't know, we'll see if the Brittany stitches is any easier to see. And I think part of it I just have to adjust because I was working a little bit on it again and it did get seem a little bit easier. It has a little paper in here that shows you different Pull Stitch designs, or things that they carry there at least. Like this one I know is a Joan Elliott. That's the Mermaid's Realm, which I do already have. And I'll probably be purchasing more of these other kits of theirs as well. Then of course, I got all the fabric, all the floss that I need. That's gonna go on here for this kit. And of course, I got the pattern. Now, I believe you could choose to also get it in a PDF if you wanted to. I don't mind paper charts, and that is what I chose to do with this one. All right, so let me put all that back. That is my Moonflower Fairy from Pull Stitches. I love them over there. I like reached out to them, I think like 3 different times, and they just got back to me so quickly. And you know what? I almost missed the other stuff. That is also in there. It's like a purple metallic. And then I also have these 3 from Treasure Braids. What do they call that? Petite Treasure Braid. In those 3 colors. Is also going to be used for that. Very pretty. And then we also got these beads. That one's going to be a little bit more challenging. I'm not ready to start it yet. I'm still practicing my stitches on, you know, the even weave and the linen. And I want to get just a little bit more practice in, but not much. You'll see why. Before I start that. Okay, so that is my stash. A little bit more this month than usual, but not too much. All right, so really quick to go over my plans for December. I am going to be, of course, I'm going to continue with all of my stitching chats that I already have going. That's not going to change. That's not going to change next year either. I plan on continuing those until you guys tell me you're bored of them and would like to see something different, which is fine, and then I would switch it up. But otherwise, I'm going to continue working on the same ones to see what kind of progress we can get going. Okay, and then on top of that, I am going to continue stitching on those two Christmas ones, the small Christmas sampler from Modern Folk Embroidery, the red Christmas mug from Shen Designs. I think it's red knit mug, something like that. Definitely going to do those. I'm probably going to start this one from Painting Fairy, the Christmas one with the kitty. I need to go ahead and get that started though. I may also continue doing a little bit on this one that I've had for a long time from Joy Sunday that I've started. I've almost finished one of the owls. I think it's this one on this one. I can't remember. I may stitch a little bit on that one. And then I also might try to get a few more stitches on this one. I don't know who all might remember this one. This is from Mill Hill, a Jim Shore design with the Santa. This one also has beads. I don't know who all might remember, but I'm probably going to try to stitch on that as well. Now, some of the other stuff might make its way in. My Springtime Blooms, my Misfit Forest Fall. I'm not sure. But these things I know for the month of December, because it's Christmas, I want to focus on more Christmas designs, so those will be my focus for this month. I don't think I'm going to work on Merry Mushroom Village Picnic this month because of all this other stuff that I need to do with my Christmas designs. So I may give that one a break, but you never know. A mood might strike me. So that is my plans for December, and I'm watching Starfire look up here like she's trying to see where she could squeeze in at. Hopefully she's not going to jump and shake everything. All right, so one of the things I wanted to show you also was my part of my plans for 2026, because I am not going to be doing I'm probably not going to do a year in review, because I do a review every single month. And it would just take me so much time to gather everything that I've done over the year 2025. So I probably won't do that. Again, I do it every month. You see it already. But one of the things I'm going to do, let me take a drink of my coffee here. I need my coffee. Starfire. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. As some of you already know, because I have just talked about it just briefly in one of the other videos, I decided I'm going to do WITGO 2026. This will be my first time doing WITGO. I'm so excited about it. Can't wait. Basically for WITGO, right now this is all just handwritten, and my handwriting is less than stellar. But basically you take a WITGO board, which is just 25 squares, just looks like this. There's tons of them out there. You can make your own. You can pick some up on Etsy, whatever you want to do. There's free ones. I believe Jessie Marie Does Stuff, who started the WITGO, has videos on how to do it, and a link to print out your own PDF version. Whatever you want to do, but it's really very simple. So the premise is you have a board with 25 squares, and you put something in each square. So, because basically what will happen, every month, I believe it's on the Facebook group, which right now is called WITGO 2025. I'm assuming they're going to change it to WITGO 2026 for next year. They will pull 2 numbers each month, and whatever numbers those are, it's going to be 1 through 25, and that will be your 2 goals. It doesn't even have to be goals, monthly goals. You could just put, by the end of the year, whatever you want to do. She is big on saying your board, your rules. So however you want to do it, whatever you want to put on it, whatever you want your goal to be, even if it's just, I just want to pull it out and stitch on it. That's it. It's whatever you want to do. And it's not, and if you want to change something, maybe like, you know what, I'm not feeling this one after all. I want to change my goal. It's your board. It's the whole point of it's for fun. You do whatever you want to do. For me though, I have filled in my board with goals. So now the middle one, because obviously there's 25 squares, but if they pull 2 a month, that would be 24. So basically, I think on the month that number 13 comes up, I believe they pull another number. So if you want, I think they'll pull 3 numbers that month. You can either just leave it as a free one or work on the other one. I believe that's how it works. We're going to find out together. But anyway, this is my board. And one of the things I'm excited about is, of course, this includes working on my Merry Mesher Village Picnic. It includes working on my saga, old whips, and things that I've already got and started to get more stuff done. But it also includes some new things. And now what it does not include is my stitch and chats that I do every week. And that's because those are just a given. I'm going to be doing those every month. So they are not on this Whip Go board, because this is in addition to what I was already going to do. And those stitch and chats are just written in stone. All right, so it does include a bunch of old stuff, but it also includes a few new things. One of them being this Moonflower Fairy. I think I have that on there a couple of times to work on. I have Areoles on there, which I have never stitched on Areoles yet and wanted to try it, and this is the one I got for that. So that is on my Whip Go board, as well as a Marishka. And I think I probably said that wrong again, and I'm sorry to tell you if I did. I know you told me before, my old brain don't remember. But that is also on there. So, as well as a Shannon Christine design. And the one that I got, let me see if I can pull it for you really fast, because I take so long to do everything. Okay, so I got this Shannon Christine design. Whoops. Which one was this called again? The Cross Stitcher's Paradise. Okay, and that looks like this here. I just love all those pretty bright pastel-y colors. I love it. So that would probably be the one when the Shannon Christine design gets called that I will work on. Though that's not written in stone, I could change my mind. It just says Shannon Christine design, so we'll see what happens. All right, so I'm very excited about that. I will let you know throughout the year how this goes. Oh, and I almost forgot. 2026 is Year of the Horse. And I did get, I'm going to do, oh, I didn't grab it. I have hold on one second, maybe I have it over here. Okay, yes I did. All right, so I'm going to do a counted and I'm going to do a stamped. Now the only horse that I already had for counted, for stamped, was a Joy Sunday I got a long time ago. And that was this one here. It's called the Holy White Horse. And I know the year of the horse is actually Fire Horse for this one. I don't have one in stamped, so we're going to do this one here for 2026. But I did also get a couple of options for my counted. And let's see, is that... Okay, so it's probably going to be one of these two. I thought I had a couple of other ones. I don't see them at the moment. But these two right here. So I got this one for 2026 or this one. And I'm leaning towards this one, though I would want to get some black fabric for that. But I think it would look so gorgeous with those colors. But you guys let me know down in the comments which one of these you would like to see stitched for 2026. I do love them both. Sorry for the bright lights, everybody. So do let me know what you think. That is, one of those will probably be what I stitch for the counted Fire Horse for for the year of the horse. All right, everybody. I think that's everything. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. You know me, hot mess and all. Oh, and I do think, I think I forgot to mention I am going to continue working on that Dew Valley, Star Valley, whatever it is, with the 4 different seasons. And I'm working in the fall season. Starfire just got up here. I'm trying to make sure she didn't knock my camera over. I'm also planning on working on that as well. So, all right, everybody, that is it. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I know this one is really long. I just had so much going on. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking it out. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I cannot say it enough. Thank you to everybody who's used my affiliate links. That has helped me get more items to share with you, and without that I wouldn't have as much to be able to show you, because I wouldn't be able to do all of that on my own all the time. So thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate each and every one of you more than you know. All right, everyone, I'm gonna have to get to work. It's okay, really it is. So thank you again. I hope you will all be safe. As always, always be blessed. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.